Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, your 37. Well, I've been thinking about it, and I really need to fly this Grand Caravan. Right now, it's costing me about $25,000 a month. And when you think about it, I mean, that's got to bring in damn near $1,000 a day. If I brought in $1,000 a day, which it isn't, that would only make a profit of $5,000 for the entire month. And somebody out there has been running it. I don't think they're from the group, but they've actually written it a bunch since the last episode. They've written it at least a couple more times. And I thought I better snag it for just a little bit. It's over here now, over here at Teterboro, KTEB. And in this episode, we're going to fly it over to Providence because I found some good paying jobs over here. As you can see, we're going over to Providence, KPVD in this episode. And then in the next episode, we'll go from Providence over to KLDJ, which is Linden, New Jersey. And then the episode after that, we'll go back from Linden back to Providence. I think we can hold all of that. That would be the hardest one. There's our 2, 4, 7, 10, 12. Yeah, we can hold 12. Let me see exactly. I'm thinking 14. That's actually 13. Wow, we were really close on that. Anyhow, in this episode, like I said, we're going to go from Teterboro over to Providence. This one doesn't pay that much. 3 people, $18.95. And that's why it's not just because it's 3, but it's 3 as a group. If it was like 3 singles, it'd pay a little bit better. See, about 45% fuel, so you know it's got plenty of, oh, come on. There we go, 45%. So what, 40 gallons an hour, so it's got a little over 3.5 hours worth of fuel, so we're pretty good on that. Let's check. I'm actually going to do a little something different. We're actually going to go IFR. By the way, here is Teterboro. If you don't know where that is, it's in Jersey. I don't know. I can't remember if Teterboro is in Jersey or New York. Actually, I thought it was in New Jersey. I could be wrong. But you can see here to the southeast, you got like Kennedy and everything. LaGuardia is over here. Is that LaGuardia right there? Yeah, there's LaGuardia and all that good stuff. Alright, so yeah, what we'll probably do is go IFR. I did write down some stuff for here, because the wind, I would figure that we'll probably take off runway 6. It could, however, be 36, but I would think with the wind kind of going northeast over here, we'll probably take off on 6. And over to Green State, Providence, I think that's their big airport in Providence. My family actually used to live in Providence for a short time. But we'll go IFR there. I'm not sure, because I'm not even sure which runway. If you look at the wind coming basically straight north, you could take either one, really. Come in for either one. I believe the airport elevation is like sea level, by the way. KPVD at 52 feet. Yeah, so we'll just go IFR and see what they say. And let me just make sure you have 45% fuel. Alright, so that's what we'll do, Teterboro over to Providence. So let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. Check her out here. Not too bad of a livery. I don't really like the brown so much. Look at that, there is a ton. I did a complete reinstall. I think I actually did that before the last episode of FSEconomy. And so I still don't have World of AI installed, so you get a lot more joint aviation, which is kind of a plus, especially if we're going to be at a little bit smaller airports. The weather just updated. But it's kind of, you know, I like seeing, you know, more joint aviation around this stuff. Let's go ahead and start this flight. Obviously, it's off by a 742. Ignore that. I don't know why the Caravan is off always so much. I guess the bigger the plane, maybe, the more we get off. Parking brake coming on. Alright, so all the switches should be off. I believe that they are. We'll say that all circuit breakers are pushed in as well. Alt static air. There's this one right here. Yeah, that's pushed in and off. Inertial separator T-handle is normal. Standby flat motor switch. It says just check. So we'll open her up and close her back. Oxygen supply pressure. You can see it is up here. There's the gauge, so it looks like it's good. Fuel tank selector valves. go ahead and turn both of them on. Ventilation fans, air conditioning, those are down here. They are all off. The bleed air heat switch should be normal. And is off. Emergency power lever normal. I'm not really sure. I think actually I believe that's that right there. Yeah, emergency power is off. Let's see. Fuel shut off knob pushed in. Cabin heat firewall shut off control pushed in. Battery switch. We can go ahead and turn that on. All right, avionics number 1 coming on. Avionics number 2 coming on. All right, so those both look good. Go ahead and hit that. Let's come over here. I've changed my views a little bit as well. Engine soft key, system. Now it says reset fuel if you want. I'll just go ahead and click it. That's fine. Wing flap handle down. So I'll put the flaps down. Pitot heat and stall heat. Now, it wants you to turn them on for like 30 seconds. I think technically you're supposed to then get out and check if they're hot. So I'm not going to mess with that. And so avionics number 1 and 2 can both come off, and then the battery comes off as well. Now, these procedures are kind of extensive. That's one reason I don't like the plane a little bit. Alright, so the pre-flight inspection is complete. Parking brake set and all that. All the switches are off. Ignition comes back to normal. There's only one. Yeah, that goes to from on, but you're supposed to have it norm. Alright, so circuit breakers all pushed in. Fuel tank selectors both on. Some of this is repetitive. Ventilation fans, air conditioning still off. Bleed air switches still off. I'm not sure why you do that in the pre-flight and then in the cabin, since you literally just did it. Alright, so cabin heat, mixing air control. It says flight push. The cabin heat mixing controls are down here. They should be all off. Emergency power lever still at normal. Power lever is idle. Prop RPM lever, full forward, max. Fuel condition lever is in cutoff. Battery switch coming on. Wing flap handle, and now come up. No smoking. Seatbelt switches, if installed, can come on. That's down here. Seatbelts, and there's the no smoking. Alright, so the battery switch is on. We're using battery start. Beacon switch, we can come on with that. Beacon right there. Now it says EIS check parameters, no red X's. Oh, let's see why. I was going to say, how can I have that on? But avionics number 1 does come on. There are no red X's, so that looks good. Now, bus volts, it says 24 minimum. We never seem to be able to get that. Let me zoom in other way here. That's not what I wanted. I need to get over to the left part of it. And you'll see the bus volt. See at 23.1. You need 24 minimum. I don't know why. We never get it. Emergency power lever, normal. Full aft position. That's like the 3rd time they have us check that. And the emergency power lever message is off. You see it's not up there. If it's on, you'll get an overheat. Or a hot start, I should say. Alright, so the prop area is clear. We'll say no one's around. Let's go over to the boost switches here. Alright, so boost switch coming on. Fuel boost on message is up there. Fuel pressure low. I don't see that. And let's see. Fuel flow parts per hour is still at 0. Alright, so next, just because it's a little bit harder to just do it all at once, or piece by piece, ignition switch will come on. We should get a message up here on our screen. The oil pressure should start to rise. Gotta remember exactly where my oil pressure even is. I'm not even sure if it's on that one. Yeah. So I'll move that oil pressure. And then NG, Sable, it says 12% minimum. Let's see. when we give it fuel. Alright. Come back here. Right. Here comes the starter. Oil pressure is rising. I'm not sure how you can... Now it's up to 2. So I was going to say. 11.8. 11.9. There's 12. Now we're at low idle. Make sure we don't go flying forward. That happens sometimes at this point, even though you got the... So fuel should... It actually says 90 to 140. ITT monitor. Didn't even get anywhere close to where it goes. Alright, so the starter switch should be 52% minimum. Alright, so we're good. Starter can come off. Now, generator, it says check the load, but I haven't turned the generator on yet. It says verify, yeah, I don't even know it. Starter switch, verify starter message is off. That looks good. And then it says generator check the load. Well, if we haven't turned the generator on, how could it be? Unless it was supposed to already be on. So I'll turn that on. Now we can check the load. 23. The message went off, so I think we're pretty good there. Navigation lights. Where are you? Nav. There they come on. Cabin heating, ventilating, and defrosting controls as desired. I'm just going to leave them off like that. Nice. So taxing. It never quite says to turn on the second one. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. So I think there are some screw-ups on this thing. I don't think it's totally right. Alright, so let's hit up ATC. We are going IFR. Probably should have done this while we were doing the startup.
Cessna, November 329 Bravo Foxtrot, IFR to Providence, ready to cut.
I'm hoping for 9500.
November 329 Bravo Foxtrot is cleared to Providence Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 9,000. Departure
There's 9,000.
127.6, squawk 2747.
2747.
Cessna, November 329 Bravo Foxtrot, cleared to Providence Airport as filed.
I need one for the left over here.
Climb and maintain 9,000.
By the way, we can put this, I guess, to normal.
7.6, squawk 2747. Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Turn over to ground. 2747. There we go. They beat me to it.
Teterboro ground, Cessna November 329er Bravo Foxtrot with Golf ready to taxi.
IFR.
Cessna November
Yeah, runway 6.
061,
by the way.
Via taxiway Golf November. Contact tower on 125.1 when ready.
Acknowledge our clearance. Turn on progressive taxi.
Using taxiway Golf November.
Let me make sure my heading's over here. 061. Oh, come on. It's jumping around. I hate that. 061. There we go. Parking brake coming off. And we'll push back. I don't think he was here. Jump back in the cabin here. I changed my view. I zoomed in a little bit. I think we were like 0.6 and I turned it over to 0.65. So it feels a little bit closer. There should be a little bit closer. Alright, stopping the pushback. Let me go ahead and turn on my taxi light. Now, the scenery and everything is in extremely dense field, right? Hopefully it's not too bad. I know we're in a pretty dense area. I thought maybe we would be far enough away from like New York City. I'm not sure how dense Providence will
Cessna
be.
9er Bravo Foxtrot, hold position, caution other traffic. Hold position, Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot.
See, this is the problem with like IFR and stuff, having to listen to this crap. I'm not sure who the other traffic is. The only person I see is this guy. He's in the way. He's barely moving. Come on, guy, get out of the damn way. This is an airport and a plane needs to be on the move. Come on, jackass. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. I don't, he's just screwing around. He's moving, but barely. I'm not sure what his problem is. He's drunk. That's his problem. Drinking on the job. Never good. Yeah, he's out of the way. Idiot. I think they need some better help around here, tell you that.
Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot, hold position, caution the beach, ing air, on final.
Alright, we'll hold short of the runway. I don't know if we really need to hold all the way out here. This is runway 6, by the way. That's our takeoff runway, and we're light, so we can actually take off right here. We do not need to go all the way down. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take this back off, because we got to wait anyway on him. Might as well do our finish up our procedures here before takeoff checklist. Flight instrument controls, as I just took it on and off. Everything looks good. Rudder pedals, that's all good. We'll get this box off here. Altimeter, I'll go ahead and reset that. I actually did. Altitude select, I've already put it up to 9,000. Standby flight instruments, I believe the flight instruments over here. That's the avionics standby. So we should be good there. Fuel tank selectors, both are on, we're running. Fuel boost. Let's see, fuel boost switch goes to norm. However, usually that message they want is off. However, the message is when you take that off, don't come on. That's kind of odd. Alright, so fuel quantity. That's why I like having that on, actually. We should be about 45%, so we should be good there. Actually gives the quantity in pounds there. If we go over to... There we go. We're about 45%. That looks good. Fuel shutoff knob. Fully on. That's pushed in. But I'm not even. I haven't moved yet. I heard somebody else out there. All right, power lever. First off, let's put that all the way up. Power lever, 400 foot-pounds. I'll take that back off. Right there's foot-pounds, about 400. Now, bus volts, minimum 28.5.
8574 Golf, request taxi to parking. Beach, November 8574 Golf, taxi to general aviation parking.
Sorry I'm zooming around, but we're at 28, so we're half, which is kind of a normal. Inertial separator. Let's make sure our torque drops. Let's see, it does. Hit it again, and it comes back like it should. Overspeed governor. Remember, we can't really do that. I don't totally understand that, so that's good.
Teterboro ground, beach, November 432 Fort Romeo.
It says standby power message. Somehow we're supposed to check that that's on. Yeah, I don't totally understand that. Generator goes to reset. That comes on. Actually, I don't see anything on there. That's why I don't like this standby power. I don't quite understand that one either. Alright, I'm not going to worry about ice protection too much. We do need to put our prop heat and pitot heat on.
Cessna Caravan on the taxiway.
Yeah, we're in everyone's way. Pitot heat, stall heat, prop auto heat.
Roger, 7-4 Golf.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the power for everybody.
Position, caution the Cessna Caravan on the taxiway. H74 Golf.
Inertial separator, we'll see that set. Avionics and nav source.
H74 Golf.
We're gonna be on autopilot. Come on, man. They keep talking.
Continue taxi.
These guys.
Roger, H74 Golf.
Fuel condition lever high idle. Talks about strobes, but we can't turn those on until we get permission.
On the taxiway. H74 Golf. Continue taxi.
I'm gonna switch over to tower. I'm gonna turn off the parking brake. Man, they were getting. This is why I really don't like IFR. Oh, they just gave me the option and now it's away? Come on. Maybe as we get closer it'll give it. Because if I take off now, they're going to be bitching. Say that we weren't, they'll cancel our IFR, say we didn't have permission. Are you kidding me, man?
Roger, Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot.
Back over to the tower, and now we'll get our clearance. Good thing that worked out.
900 Bravo Foxtrot at runway 6, ready for takeoff. IFR to Providence.
Setting the flaps.
November 329 Bravo Foxtrot, cleared for takeoff. Runway 6.
Acknowledge that takeoff clearance.
Runway 6, Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot.
Alright, strobes coming on, landing lights coming on. Give a quick check over there, even though we can't see anything. I'm going to come out to the right just a little bit so we can get as much runway as possible. See, we don't have a ton of room here, but enough. It still wants that fuel boost off. Bring the power up. Alright, letting off the brakes. Power is set, everything looks good. Just not getting the flashing. Alright, let's go ahead and rotate. She gets up quite quick. Alright, gonna go ahead and retract the flaps. Put our nose up and climb a little more.
Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot, contact New York departure on 127.6.
Going to 127.6, Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot. 132.8, Cessna 470. New York departure, Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot.
By the way,
1000,
I gotta find my yaw damper.
43846, airport is at your 1 o'clock, 32 miles, turn left, heading 105, report runway in sight. Forward 1623, airport is at your 10 o'clock, 11 miles, turn left, heading
I'm gonna bring back the
045,
power
report
just a
runway
little
in
bit.
sight. Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot, New York departure, roger.
3023. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the button and knock that in.
Turn right, heading 135. Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot, turn right, heading 080.
080.
Climb and maintain 900,000. World travel 3970, turn right, heading 230. Turn right, heading 080. Resume on navigation, climb and maintain 900,000. Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot.
.080, but I'm trying to use my other hand. Put that in. There we go, 080. And climb up to 9,000. Trying to trim this thing up. It actually feels like I'm trimming it down for some reason. Because if I let go, you can see how much she wants to drop. It makes sure that the buttons aren't backwards. They shouldn't be. Oh, they're not. I gotta keep on clicking them.
135.35 for world travel 3970.
There you can see it goes.
Cessna 9 Bravo Foxtrot. Traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 4,500. Small M7. Report them in sight. 2237.
I don't, but we'll say that we do.
New York approach, world travel 2321, with you.
World travel 2321. New York approach. Roger. Altimeter 3023. Cessna.
Looking over there, it got me off course.
Right, heading
Jiminy Christmas.
2237 heavy. Beach 01, Mike. Traffic is 4 o'clock, 4 miles at 5,000. Airbus A321, report them in sight.
Alright, so I haven't even gotten to my procedures. This is the problem. There's a whole lot of talking.
World travel 2321. Descend and maintain 2,000. Cessna 406. Contact New York approach on 120.8. Going to 120.8. Cessna 9 Bravo Foxtrot.
See, we're drifting to the left. I'm going to go ahead and turn the autopilot on. Flight director, and heading. So we've got it in for 9,000. Let's go ahead and hit vertical speed. Alright, tune to New York approach. Contact them.
Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot is climbing through 5,600 for 900,000. Cessna November 329 Bravo Foxtrot, New York approach. Roger. Altimeter 3023.
Alright, so I guess going up to 9,000. We're just across, what is that, 6,000. Inertial separator set. By the way, we didn't use that because there's no rain. The runway was fine and everything.
With you. American Pacific 6368.
So prop RPM levered between 1,600 to 1,900. Right there, it's at 1,900. I'm gonna actually bring it back a little bit.
November 2806, Elon with you. Viper November 2806.
As we climb.
Roger. Altimeter 3023.
Oh, all the views. We went through all the views.
American Pacific 63.
Alright, everything actually looks good for here. I think next is pretty much the cruise. Now it talks about pitot heat and stall heat and prop heat all below a certain temperature, but I usually leave them all on, to be quite honest. We can actually climb a little bit quicker. I think about 1,800 feet to go.
New York approach. American Pacific 6368.
It looks good out there.
Pacific 6368. New York approach.
Teterboro.
Altimeter 3023.
New York approach, world travel 2.
That's such a dense area.
World travel.
The performance is pretty good, but I mean just in reality.
Altimeter 3023.
It's kind of bouncing around 20.
Cessna 9 Bravo Foxtrot. Traffic is 1 o'clock, 3 miles at 1,000.
You can see them on there.
Report them in sight.
I'll say that they're in sight, even though they really aren't.
Traffic is 6 o'clock, 2 miles, 7,900. Cessna Caravan, report them in sight. World travel.
How you gonna talk to us both like that?
2 miles at your 1 o'clock, turn right, heading 135. Report runway in sight. Cessna 9 Bravo Foxtrot.
We're actually already past this now.
Turn right ahead 135. World travel 2321. World travel 2321.
Can't really handle all the talking, I gotta say. It's really annoying. Come on, they're going in the other direction. They're already past us.
Traffic. Traffic.
Cessna Bravo Foxtrot. Climb and maintain.
There we go.
500.
Traffic.
Climb and maintain. 5,500. Cessna 9 Bravo Foxtrot.
On up to 9,500.
Traffic is 8 o'clock, 3 miles at 5,700. Airbus A321, report them in sight.
Piper 06, Kilo.
This is one reason I don't do IFR, although we're in New York. The New York area also, that's another thing. They're always going to be yelling and talking on the radios. It gets a little bit overwhelming, really. Let me see, what is our prop RPM right now? 1810.
American Pacific 6368. Contact New York approach.
It still feels like I'm kind of zoomed out here.
127.6 for American Pacific.
I'm going to wait to speed it up till we get it kind of out of this area. Maybe the radio traffic and everything will calm down a little bit. As we're coming up on 9,500. Yeah, I believe we only want to use the inertial separator if there's rain and if we're not on a good runway, because that's how it was on the Pilatus PC-12.
Orbit 77902.
So I would believe that's how you do it with the inertial sep. I just thought on the TBM 850 you used it almost every time. So it was kind of confusing. Although I mean, each plane can be different. Put that at 85. By the way, we should go ahead and reduce our power as well. We're supposed to reduce the power and then the RPM. So they're kind of backwards there.
Cessna 406. Traffic is 8 o'clock.
1760. That actually is right in between 1600 and 1900. So maybe we just want to leave it there. Because it does say prop RPM 1600 and 1900 right in the middle, so I'm alright with that.
New York departure, Beach, November 416 Ford Romeo is at 800, climbing 10.
And let me check the ITT temperature. 640. It'll warn you to not go too much over 740, so we're quite good in that.
Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 10,000. Turn right heading 300. Resume on navigation.
We're probably going to switch towers here in a bit, but I guess I'm going to go ahead and speed her up here in just a sec. Take another look at the scenery. It's so dense in this area. It's beautiful, though. Quite beautiful. Ain't a lot of water in the area. Well, it's an ocean, I guess you can say. But you know what I mean. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and speed her on up, and I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, everybody, slowing it down here. We gotta descend down to 3,500 here. Accidentally hit 2x there and couldn't get to him in time. Did you hear me? Yes, I heard you. Alright, so you can see as we're out here right there on the coast. They said expect runway 34. So I set my course here to 340. I'm not sure of the exact heading. I don't want to go up to the map because I'm afraid it could black screen. Alright, so we'll descend a little bit quicker. So we'll go from 700 feet a minute to there's about 1,000.
Cessna 9er, Bravo Foxtrot, traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 6,000, Mooney Bravo, report them in sight.
In sight, even though I cannot see them at all. My TCAS or whatever can apparently see them. They're right there. I don't see them. They're going the other way. Yeah, they're going the other way. So they've got to be, if they were at 9, they've got to be behind us by now. And that scenery still looks great though, doesn't it? Beautiful. Watch our speed a little bit as well. Alright, well that's over with, thank God. Alright, inertial separator set, we're going to leave it off. Altimeter we've already set, 3023. Or was it 3032? I can't remember, it's set in there though. Nav source, we're still on heading. We won't be using the ILS. I believe there is ILS, but I didn't write down the frequency. It doesn't matter, we're just in a caravan. We don't. I like to use the ILS just to use it. But obviously, we don't really need it. Alright, so you can see it's up here and to the left, so I'm guessing it's on up over there. We're still a good ways away. I didn't want to slow it down yet, as we're 28 miles away. But I figured, what the heck. Since they were already instructing me to descend, just gotta watch our speed a little bit. I wonder, can I go over here and check and see how much money we've used? Engine system, because remember we reset the fuel. So fuel used 241 pounds. We've got 372 left. So we've actually used a little more fuel than I would have thought. Because remember, I said we had, what, 3.5 hours worth? Although, you know, with takeoff and stuff, you use more. Mute my mic for a second. Alright. And on descent, you would normally use less, but as you can see, I'm keeping the power up. We'll get there a little bit quicker. So they're at 66%. I turned on the air conditioning and the bleed air, and I turned on, I think this is the instrument panel ventilation. Keep the instruments cool. believe that's what that does. Since it should be hot up here, I would imagine it is. It's hot where I live. Tell you what, the heat index keeps getting near 100. I'm at work busting my ass all day, having to walk in and outside and everything. It'll wear on you, that's for sure. We're coming up and then it'll be off to the left. I've never been to Providence, real life or flying. Alright, speed there, getting a little high, so I'm going to go ahead and pull back on the power a little bit. She didn't really slow it down much. There she goes. 5,000 feet.
Cessna 9er, Bravo Foxtrot, turn right heading
120.
descend and maintain 3,500.
Acknowledge that.
Turn right heading 120, descend and maintain 3,500.
They keep turning me to 120, and then right after that, they'll tell me to go like 085. It's been happening all day in this flight.
Cessna 9er, Bravo Foxtrot, contact
Providence approach.
135.4.
You see, like, we're actually flying out away from it. And that's the other thing about IFR, they make you go out far and away. I've never quite understood that.
100, descending 3,500.
Yeah, 3023. I'll just make sure it's in there. It is. And now 090.
Traffic is 1 o'clock. Warp miles at 10,000. The Atlas Dash 8 reports of insight. Turn left.
Coming up on 3,500. I'm gonna go max RPM. What's my... And we're at 57 now. That's us. Acknowledge the handoff. There's a lot of handing off and stuff, which kind of seems odd to me. I don't know if that's how it is in real life or not. I would say no. See, we're still 21 miles out, so I don't understand why they make you go so far out in FSX. Maybe a big jetliner, you get lined up and everything, but we're just a little old caravan. Slowing down a little bit. Should have us turning fairly soon. Like I say, it's runway 34. That's what they told us that we'll be going into. We're expecting, I should say. It's been a long flight, that's for sure. IFR, this other thing is, it does take a little bit longer for me to get there, obviously. I mean, I would have just followed the line instead of coming out here. There's still a ton of traffic out there. I wonder if there would be that much if I had World of AI installed. I'm not too sure. See, external power, avionics bus high, avionics standby power. But I don't know where, when they say standby power, I don't think they're talking about avionics standby power. I think they're talking about something else. Standby power. And I have no idea where that is. I've looked at like every switch and everything. I don't quite know what it is. 065. Mute my mic there for a second again. Alright, so we're finally going to get towards the airport. That better not be us. I think there's one after that. How many? Well, we're only 19 miles away. Alright. Yeah, that's what it is right there. It'll be that one. And then we'll head on up to 34. So that's not us. There's some pretty cool airports. There's one I saw right on the water. I was looking at it on FS Commander. It could be that one. Is that? I'm not sure if that's one right there or not. I can't look at 5 o'clock, yo. I can't see at my 5 o'clock. What am I gonna walk back there? I don't think so.
Turn left, heading 065, Pacifica 882.
You see them at your 5 o'clock. Sure.
3,500. Cessna Caravan, report them in sight.
I mean, I can see them on here.
Have the Cessna Caravan in sight.
And so after my reinstall, I did, of course, Rex and everything. I love the lights now. They have just a bit of a halo effect and everything. They look really good. Even in daytime, they look a little bit different. I really like the look, I gotta say. I always reset those in Rex after an install, but those look really, really good, I think, compared to what I normally have. And they're on behind and to the right. I wanted to see if that was an airport over there or not.
Turn left, heading 035, Pacifica 8823.
I don't think so. So maybe it's this one, but there's one like right on the water. I was looking at on FS Commander. It was really cool looking. I probably should have sped this up to like 2x or something. Man, now they're coming right at us. So that means I gotta listen to this. Because there's no way to mute her. I don't think. Because there's got to be a way to mute that. That's atrocious to have to listen to. Every time we fly it, we have to. 2100.
Turn left, heading 005, descend and maintain.
005.
Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot.
And put that up. 29. 2100. Maybe not. But see, they got that dashed right on us, man. So, which means we're gonna have to listen to this the entire time. And they literally had that thing on our ass. Let me just check something. I don't know where exactly they would be. Vertical speed. Speed her up. By the way, I apologize for this. Every time it seems like we fly the Caravan, we get this crap with the damn screaming from her. So he's going to land before us, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. I don't want to have to go around. Maybe that'll get him far enough where she'll shut up as well.
2100 clear visual. Runway 34 approach. Tower on 10.7 Pacifica 8823.
Alright, gonna increase the power now. Finally, she's off us. Unreal. That's just very, very annoying. I'm sure you all don't have to listen to it, and I'm the one flying, and I hate it. Saw the flash.
118.2, Bombardier 78 Hotel.
From this long approach, I'm gonna pull back on the power just a little bit. I want to make sure that they do, in fact, land. I hope that guy isn't coming in for 34 as well.
Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot. Airport is at your 10 o'clock. 11 miles. Turn left, heading 340. Climb and maintain 2,100. Support runway in.
We're at 2100, honey.
Turn left, heading 340. Climb and maintain 2,100. Cessna 900 Bravo Foxtrot.
340.
Contact Providence.
Maybe that wasn't it.
Going to 135.4. Cessna 900
Although I
Bravo
guess it
Foxtrot.
just seems like we're a little off to the left. Wonder if she told me a little too soon. We're a little bit more left of him, I think.
Cessna, November 329er Bravo.
Right here.
With you. Cessna, November 329er
3022, let me reset my altimeter.
Roger. Altimeter 3022.
Providence approach. Beach November 955.
Oh man, don't be coming in.
Beach November 95538. Providence approach. Roger. Altimeter 3021.
I was gonna say we're kind of coming in kind of slow, but or fast, but not that bad. Looks like the PAPI lights like we're low, because it's gonna talk to us. The PAPI lights for us, not them, just because FSX. $75 to 85 knots will be the landing speed. So I hope they clear us here soon, because we're right on it.
Bravo Foxtrot. Traffic is 3 o'clock. 4 miles at 6,000. Beach Barrett. Report them in sight. Beach 538. Traffic is 10 o'clock. 4 miles at 2,100. Cessna Caravan. Report them in sight.
Reporting them in sight. They're up there at 6,000. We're about to get high.
7 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 2,100. Cleared visual. Runway 34 approach. Contact Providence Tower on 120.7. Climb and maintain.
Autopilot coming off. They take a little long here.
Runway 34 approach. Tower on 120.7.
Bringing back the power. Tune over to the tower. Contact them.
Cessna November 329er Bravo Foxtrot is 6 miles southeast. Inbound visual. Runway 34 approach. Cessna November 329er Bravo Foxtrot. Providence Tower. Make straight into runway 34. Altimeter 302.
Make sure that's in the altimeter.
Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot. Cleared to land. Runway 34. All the aircraft on final. Cleared to land. Runway 34. Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot.
And it's awesome that we get to listen to this traffic warning the entire way in too. That's cherry. That's one thing Carenado should have done, was given us a mute button. Follow whoever's on final. I actually cannot see who's the aircraft on final. We're slightly high. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the flaps out to 1. Alright, so they're on the ground, that's good. Man, unbelievable. With the traffic warnings. I'm ready to go into the sound pack and just cancel that, delete that sound file. That's the only thing I can think of to do. Alright, flaps. We're going to full flaps. Fighting her here. Alright, finally overcome that flattening out. Or flattening out, that ballooning out. Again, I apologize for this traffic warning. It's extremely annoying for you all, I'm sure. I hate it. So I can't imagine watching a video where it's traffic, 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 traffic. Finally, she shut up. Still bringing back the power. Like I said, 75 to 85. We're probably closer to 75 since we're so light. They cleared us kind of late, so we're already starting out kind of high. Off the power. Shouldn't have been too bad. Hopefully we didn't want those taxiways right there. Alright, on the brakes. I'm gonna go to the right here.
World travel 193, niner cleared for takeoff, runway 5.
Runway 5. We're taking off.
World travel 193,
Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot.
We're probably not going to go to where they want us to go, by the way.
going to 121.9er, Cessna 9er Bravo Foxtrot.
Tune over to ground. By the way, landing lights or wait, I believe that was... Strobes are off. We're going to go to parking. I'm going to park right over here, no matter what they say, somewhere over here. Well, maybe not, because there's not what I thought was over here. Acknowledge that. Progressive taxi. Alright, we'll go over to the left. Let me go ahead and stop the recording. Pitot heat. All the heats and everything can go off. Prop auto heat. Get all that good stuff off. And we'll do a quick turnaround for the next 2 episodes because I'm going to be flying these back to back to back. So in the next 2 episodes, we won't do the whole procedures for startup and everything. I'm not sure if we'll do those VFR or IFR. There's no reason to go step through the procedures for the video, at least. The next 2, since we're just doing quick turnarounds. It's not like a full startup and everything. At least it shouldn't be. Seems like there should be... Yeah, alright, so there's the end of it. I was gonna say, it looked like there's some parking spaces already. So I guess I'll go ahead. I was gonna turn to that one right there. I'll just go to the... I forgot they choose the furthest one away when you park. I don't know why. Alright. And we're just idling. She still picks up quite a bit of speed. Alright. So let me get rid of this. I'm going to hit parking brake. FSEconomy will grab it. Hopefully we don't black screen. As much scenery as we've seen and everything. Guess there's always that possibility. Ah, looks good. Actually, see, there was one thing I did forget. Fuel condition lever goes to low idle when you're taxiing after you land. Alright, so shutdown and securing the plane. The parking brake is set. Bleed air, all the air conditioning, everything off. So bleed air, you come off. Shut off the air conditioning. Click that back in as well. Alright, power lever is idle. ITT looks like it has stabilized there. Fuel condition lever. Oh, prop RPM before that. Just before that comes back to a feather. So we can turn off all of our lights. Taxi light. Beacon nav. Turn off the power as well. No smoking as seatbelts comes off. Alright, fuel boost off, although it technically I've turned it off because of the message. Maybe I should leave that on, though, the way they say it. Is that world travel? No, it's orbit, right? Kinda cool. Let's see, avionics number 1 and 2 come off. Battery switch off. Oxygen supply control, it's already turned off. Fuel tank selectors we can turn off. Although we're doing a quick turnaround, like I said. I don't know what we should do about, man, did that take me over here ever? Generator. I don't know if we should leave it on or reset or what. Alright, let's go over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. Alright, everybody, income $1,895. We had the plane at 1 hour and 13 minutes for $425 an hour. Seems really expensive. It costs $519.33. Of course, it's our plane, so it really just goes back to me, the company. Use $188.25 worth of fuel, $189.50 for the ground crew fee. Bringing those costs to $377.75. Distance bonus lost $129.31. Earnings for the flight $868.62. See, we did actually lose money though, $268.38, and then $1,137 to me. So it's a total of what? Actually made a little under $900 total profit. Since, like I said, since it's me, it all goes back there. Of course, when it's not me, when it's our other pilots, that's a problem right there. All right. Well, let me check my flight because I've got these two to do. I've already got the plane rented. So that'll be the end of this episode, everybody. I hope y'all did enjoy it. Catch you guys on the next flight.